Hello, viewers, subscribers, and newcomers. Whoa, what is going on here, Retro? We are not in Galar, and there is a Galarian Mr. Mime. Your eyes do not deceive you. We are having a Pokemon Sword and Shield VGC Wi-Fi battle, or so I thought. Now, I'm actually playing on the doubles ranked ladder, or not the ranked ladder, but I'm playing on the doubles ladder, and I forgot that I could pick all 6 of my Pokemon. I wonder how I can do with this handicap. I still treat this just as like my VGC team. I have to bring Galarian Mr. Mime. I love it. Is one of my most favorite supporting Pokemon ever in existence with Screen Cleaner. I've got a pretty good series on this team. It used to have Grimmsnarl that got cut for specially defensive Thundurus. Charizard, Gigantamax, and Poltegeist were literally the entire grab to this team. So I'm bringing Charizard, Yveltal, Poltegeist, and my Screen Cleaner, Galarian Mr. Mime. Guys, I have a match for you and the music to fit it perfectly. Let's jump directly in and see how it went down. So, we are going to be leading off with Charizard and Poltegeist here, as my opponent decides to lead off with Cresselia and Kangaskhan. The music might be able to fool you what it is, but don't worry, it's not a chilly reception. It is similar to what it sounds like, but let me know in the comment section below if you enjoy the music that we're kicking in today's show. Now, right off the bat, I know I want to get off my T-Time for my Pataya boost, just to do more damage with my G-Max Wildfire, but I don't know if I want to ally switch right off the bat. I go through a couple of the motions here thinking I want to go for the Blast Burn, but eventually I do decide on the Gigantamax Wildfire into the Kangaskhan. Kangaskhan is definitely the biggest threat, and because the Kangaskhan has Scrappy, it is going to be able to fake out whatever that he'd like to. I don't want to ally switch on the off chance that he fakes out my Poltegeist. It's kind of interesting. Well, no, actually it's not. Excuse me, I'm behind myself. There's no point to fake out the Charizard knowing that it's going to be Gigantamax. So ally switch would have actually been an okay play here because I would have been standing there and could not have been faked out. But it works out well. Poltegeist gets hit with the fake out, and the Life Orb goes off of the Kangaskhan. Let's see how much this G-Max Wildfire does to this Kangaskhan. Without a Pataya boost, it still does an absolutely insane amount. It will get knocked out by the first turn of the G-Max Wildfire. I knew the Cresselia was going to set up Trick Room, and I'm not too worried about that because in the clutch, Galarian Mr. Mime can actually unset that Trick Room, and then Yveltal with Helping Hand is going to be able to Ravage. I'm so glad Kangaskhan's out of the way. I don't have to deal with any of those shenanigans. I totally forgot, though, there are no Mega Stones in Sword and Shield, so, sorry, force of habit. I wonder how good Kangaskhan actually is without its Mega Form. I've never even actually thought about that. But he throws in this next threat, which is a Dialga, which I now know is going to be slower thanks to the Trick Room. That means that I'm going to have to deal with some Trick Room-based shenanigans and some slow, very powerful, boosted Dynamax Dialga attacks, probably like Max Steel Spike and the like of that. Now, the Max Wildfire is a neutral hit on the Dialga, but I know now that the Fake Out has gone off, I can get off my T-Time, which is going to trigger both my Moringa Berry on the Poltegeist, boosting my special defense sharply, or by one stage, but also boosting my Charizard with Pataya Berry, which is going to be crucial since in Gigantamax or Dynamax, this Dialga will gain more HP, and by the way, Dynamax is the most broken mechanic ever invented. It just gives things reasons to live attacks that they have absolutely no business living. Even with the neutrality, I know that this is going to be the way forward. I do also have a Salt Vest Yveltal in the back. I know a lot of people really like physically defensive Yveltal. However, I'm not too keen on it. Guys, thank you so much for the support for the Pokemon Blue series and just everything I've been uploading so far. You guys are beyond incredible, and I cannot thank you enough for that support. You guys keep giving me the motivation to continue forward. So we do get that boost with the Pataya Berry, but let me tell you something. Max Wormwind with Helping Hand, we can't take that. We don't have screens, we don't have any defensive prowess, because the Grimmsnarl had gotten cut, but we actually didn't bring Thundurus to this match either. That's okay though. Poltergeist is completely okay with taking whatever this thing wants to go for. In the back, as I said, I have Yveltal and Galarian Mr. Mime. Now, if he wants to go for, like, Flash Cannon onto Galarian Mr. Mime, that is also okay, because I do have that Focus Sash. I have one purpose here, and that is to unset the Trick Room that the Cresselia set up, because I know Yveltal with Helping Hand Snarl is going to help lower the special attack of this Dialga, not only while it's in its Dynamax form attacking, but also when it reduces down to its original size, but it's also going to damage Cresselia nicely. I also decided to go for the Ally Switch on the off chance he wants to go Flash Cannon into the Mr. Mime slot, and that way he can just attack the Poltergeist instead. And Poltergeist should be able to take one Flash Cannon after the Moringa Berry boost. So great minds must think alike, because we both use Ally Switch to swap our spots, and he just goes Max Steel Spike, so that worked out well. I would have lived that. However, I would not have liked living that. I would have had to give up my Focus Sash, and that would not have been good. Luckily, in the back, I do have my Yveltal, which is mostly special attacking, but we do have that Oblivion Wing, and I have no idea what else my opponent wants to go for. So now I'm going to unset the Trick Room, so now Yveltal actually outspeeds everything on his team. He's going to get hit by that G-Max Wildfire Flame, which is really nice residual damage for what it is. I only have an Assault Vest Yveltal remaining, so it is 4 versus 2. There ain't no way in Cold Stone HE double hockey sticks that I'm going to get out of this situation. I come in, I get the Dark Aura boost. With the Dark Aura boost, Mr. Mime has Helping Hand. So my idea here is to hit this thing with a Snarl. I need to hit both players, and I also need to basically take into account if he wants to go for Ally Switch. But since Snarl hits both players, I'm not worried about Ally Switch. It's pretty much a wasted move. But I know Cresselia can't really do anything. However, he decides his Cresselia is very valuable to him and swaps out into this Urshifu Dark. That's okay, though. I go for a Helping Hand and a Snarl. Basically, like I said, to weaken the special attacks of that Dialga. It does not do much to Dialga at all, and it does not do much to the Urshifu. But here is the important thing. That chip damage is really good, because now I take a Max Wormwind after one special defense drop, or one special attack drop, and having the Assault Vest. I take it at about half and lose some of my attack. However, I can mitigate that with Helping Hand. So, after the G-Max Wildfire, I'm thinking, alright, since I do have the special defense boost through my Assault Vest, and since he no longer is using Dynamax moves because he's normal size, I should be able to take anything this thing wants to throw at me. So I decided to go for a Helping Hand Oblivion Wing, because I know that can very easily take out Urshifu Dark before he goes for any Wicked Blow shenanigans. And then I just have to take whatever attack the Dialga wants to go for. And if he decides that he wants to go into the Flash Cannon on the Mr. Mime slot, that is completely okay because of Focus Sash. So I go for a Helping Hand, go for an Oblivion Wing right here, and let's see how well this does. This Dialga decides to protect. I guess he thought I was targeting into him with something. I'm not sure. However, I am targeting the Urshifu Dark, and this Oblivion Wing absolutely eviscerates it off the map, even barring the attack drop that I got through the Max Wormwind. I do get almost back up to full HP, 187, and now we can see how well I take a Max Wormwind. Excuse me, apologize. Roaritime, Draco Meteor, whichever one that he would like to go for now that he is regular size. He brings in an Amoonguss. Now I'm afraid. I'll tell you why. Because this thing can spore my team. And if this thing is holding a Koba Berry, I think even after the Helping Hand to try to mitigate that attack drop, I think the Koba Berry will still allow him to live Oblivion Wing, which is going to allow him to spore the Yveltal. So I put my hands together, my magic ice hands together, I set up a Helping Hand, and I go for the Oblivion Wing, and I'm looking at the screen, and I'm waiting for the Koba Berry, and I don't see it. We straight up knock out the Amoonguss, and that is beautiful, because now Yveltal is indeed at full health. I'm guessing that he just doesn't feel like Mr. Mime is a threat. So in comes the Roar of Time, and we take that right at half. Man, this Life Orb, the Wildfire damage, all of the residual damage from Snarl, and the special attack drops are all stacking up against this Dialga. We are one Pokemon away from winning this game, and it is the Cresselia. And the Cresselia has already been damaged almost to about half. Keep in mind, Snarl is more powerful because that Dark Aura gives it an extra, almost adaptability boost. So, it allows me to run a very defensive and HP-invested Yveltal while still not having to invest a lot in special attack, or its attack in general, because I can just use Helping Hand while still keeping the defensive prowess of what Yveltal actually is. I do understand people run physically defensive Yveltal, and don't get me wrong, that is a great set by far. I'm going to go ahead and go for the Helping Hand again, and this time I go for the Snarl boost, and we'll see how well I can do. He goes for the Ally Switch. I don't know what he is actually predicting my Yveltal to go for, but I am going to target both players. The Cresselia goes down, and the Dialga is left on an actual smidgen. No, actually, both of them go down. So we are one Pokemon away from coming back from a 2-4. Yveltal and Mr. Mime have put the entire team on their back, and the final Pokemon is a Thundurus. Leave your comments in the comments section down below, and let me know what you think would have happened in this situation. Even after an eerie impulse, do you think 2 icy winds from Mr. Mime would have been able to seal the deal? I'm going to leave it in a spoiler in a comment and in the description down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love this team. It's one of the craziest teams I've ever built. It's crazy. When I first started playing doubles at the beginning of January, I could not tell you how any of this worked other than if I built the team myself. Thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, power on, power off. Tons of content coming your way. I'm back, baby.